coming up with our second fight of the night. This is going to be Chris Irwin, who I do not know much about. Might be correct, it might be only his debut fight. He is fighting Wil Newsome, who I've actually seen fight once or twice over the years. He fought at the last Rock the Dock, coming out with a victory over Dan Hendricks. It was a very great performance, ended it in the third with TKO. His last fight at the beach did not go as well, but I know that he's definitely a great fighter. He's got some great skills, so I'm ready to see them both come out here and put on a great second fight for Rock at the Dock. Really is just an amazing turnout here at Rock the Dock. If this isn't something you've seen, you need to make your way out here. Gonna have 2 more coming up throughout the summer. We've got Chris Irwin entering the cage. This is going to be a fight at the 185 weight class. He looks very calm. That's all I can say. He looks very intense. So it should be a great matchup. Looking forward to it.
Wil Newsome.
Chris is actually fighting out of Modern Warfare MMA. That is out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. I know that's with Keith Richardson, a great pro fighter in the area. So definitely has a great training camp, I'm sure, for this fight. It's going to be a great one. And now we've got Wil Newsome entering the cage. Wil actually fights out of South Carolina, so he made a trip up here to Mooresville, North Carolina, Rock at the Dock. We've got Chris Irwin over here. I think I might have spoke too soon when I said that he was calm. We got him jumping up and down, shaking the gloves. He looks like he is ready to go more and more as time passes. Wil Newsome is just getting checked out now, about to enter the cage, and this fight should begin shortly. Wil is a much taller, lankier fighter.
This fight is presented by Sushi, Hibachi, and Noodles, and is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Introducing first the man standing to my left and fighting on the local corner. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed in at 186 and 3/4 pounds. He is a wrestler and steps inside the cage with a perfect record of 1-0, fighting out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. Chris
Chris definitely seemed to have brought a crowd up here. Let me correct myself, he was 1-0, and great crowd he's brought up from South Carolina.
He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall. His official weight this evening, 188 and 3/4 pounds. He is a mixed martial artist and steps inside the cage with a record of 3 victories opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of
Both fighters entering the center of the cage right now. They're about to start the fight. I don't know where my colleague has gone. Seems to have left me alone on this one, but that's not an issue. We've got Chris Irwin trying to run the beginning of the cage. He's ready to get this fight going on. Wil looks like he's much more relaxed. He does have a couple more fights under his belt, so that experience might be playing in as a factor right now. Both fighters touch gloves. Wil's coming out with the jab, throws a kick, and Chris Irwin goes for the takedown immediately. We did hear that he had a wrestling background.
Yeah, I mean, it really is no surprise. Chris Irwin comes from a great grappling camp over there in Warrior, Modern Warrior. Of course, they got Pat Sweet as he's a great no-gi jiu-jitsu practitioner. On top of, they also have the rock star, Keith Richardson, over there training. Both great ground guys.
Yeah, both, great. So that's really what we expect for him to get it on the ground. He's having some trouble taking Wil down. Wil is very tall. He can use that length as to spread those limbs out.
Oh, you know what I like about Wil? Wil's a veteran here at Rock the Dock. If you remember, he put an ass whooping on, what was that guy's name? Crazy fucking
Dan Wild Man, Dan Hendricks.
Dan, yeah, he whooped his ass, boy, and I'll tell you what. You can see that Chris is a little bit stronger, he's built like that, but again, Wil Newsome is no stranger to cage fighting. He's been here before, and he's no stranger to jiu-jitsu.
No, he's not at all. Chris has secured a side mount. Those were definitely punches to the back of the head. So now we'll see where he takes it from side mount. Wil was trying to secure a Kimura in that takedown.
Well, I think it's probably no secret here. Chris Irwin obviously wants him down. He wants to grapple him, and Wil wants to get back up and knock him out.
That's exactly what we're going for. We think this ends up going to a second round, that Wil will be not throwing so many kicks, maybe trying to keep his base and not get taken down and keep it as more of a stand-up fight. Right now,
one thing I like about Chris, he is really a new fighter. He's only 1-0, 2-0, and he it looks like he's creeping for a possible choke if Wil gives him that. I don't think Wil is stupid enough to give him his back, but you're starting to see his body turn that way. Let's see what he does.
Wil's doing very well to secure the position right here. He's not been taking too many shots. Wil's going for the sweep. We'll see if he's able to tip him over. It doesn't seem like he's got his knee in close enough to the body.
I gotta give it to Chris Irwin. He has some very good top control. He's using his body balance well. Wil keeps trying to get up to his side here to shrimp out, and it's just not happening.
It's exactly what we'd expect coming from the Modern Warrior school down there with all the wrestling.
Yeah, great ground guys. We're gonna take this one in the second round.
It doesn't look like too much damage was done. Chris definitely won that round with keeping him in solid position on the ground.
You know what though? I'm taking a look at Chris, who has been dominating that round. You see, he's a little tired. Wil is a little bit more seasoned when it comes to fighting, and he definitely shows it. He's keeping himself calm, but I'm starting to see a little fatigue over there in the red corner with Chris Irwin. So
it does, yeah. And Wil kept his composure throughout the whole first round. He was in bad position throughout it, but he maintained his composure and was able to prevent any big shots and keeps his breath.
Yeah. I don't know, man. We're in the second fight. We're ripping through rounds here, and I like it. We got a long night ahead of us here, Eric. We have a couple of championship fights. We got some pro fights.
We've got a great card ahead of us. Yeah, I can't say anything other than that. It's a great card ahead of us. Some exciting fights for sure. Here they go. Let's see where this second round goes to, if they keep it standing up or if Chris will shoot for the takedown once again.
tested the striking out a little bit. I'm wondering if Chris is going to try to go for a takedown again now that he knows.
Oh.
Yeah, he sure is. You know what, I got to be honest. I mean, Chris Irwin came here to fight. He's looking good. He's got some skill. I've always liked Wil. Wil's just a tough dude, you know. He's kind of wacky, and he's just tough.
Oh, he is tough, but yeah, Chris's wrestling seems like it could be the difference maker in this fight if Wil's not able to keep it on the feet.
You know, Chris is a brown belt under Pat Sweet, and once again, Patrick Sweet is very high level no-gi grappler. He's won a ton of awards. He, pretty much wins most of the local grappling tournaments here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and you're seeing that. You're seeing that trickle down to Chris Irwin because his grappling is nice.
It is, and Wil's doing well to defend himself, but it just seems like Wil's just too composed, or Chris is too composed in there. He's not going crazy. He's picking his shots. Makes it very hard when somebody like that gets on top. Oh, there the fight's back up to their feet. Wil's landing some good knees to the body. Chris went immediately for the takedown again. It doesn't seem like he wants to keep this fight standing at all.
And I like what Wil's utilizing. He's using that Kimura from a standing position to stop a takedown and reverse it.
It looks like Chris has gotten Wil's back right now. Wil went for the Kimura. So we'll see what he's able to do once he secures Wil's back. He's on it pretty well, but he looks like he might be getting too high.
He looks a little high, Eric, but you know what? Chris is once again a great grappler, and you see him trying to flatten Wil out.
Yeah.
But he's kind of a shorter, stockier guy, and Wil's pretty lanky, and it looks like Wil knows what to do here. He might be in danger of getting choked here, though.
He is. It's hard to see from the angle we've got, but he's definitely secured the back well right now, so as of now, unless Wil's able to do something, it's 10 seconds left. It looks like Chris has got this fight as of now. Wil's going to have to come out and get the knockout victory.
Well, we were moving into the third round on this battle, and I am more than excited with this. This is really cool.
This is a good fight. Yeah, Chris came in with a game plan. He's following his game plan. That means to come from a good training camp.
Can we stop for a...
Let's go. Come on, Wil. Stand up, Wil. Now, Wil, stand up. Now, take this, Wil. It's yours. Take it. Yes. Now, use your leg. Sit through the half guard. Sit through the half guard. Wil, grab his head. Grab his head. Grab his head, Wil. Wil, grab his head. Wil, grab his head. Wil, grab his head. Yes.
We have the winner of the Rock of the Dock Bikini Contest, Mrs. Candace Bowers, here tonight. Very excited to have her. She is a beautiful girl, and of course, we always have Miss Lindsay Blair, the head cheerleader of the group. These guys are off to a haymaking start. I mean, obviously you can see Chris really wants this fight to go to the ground. Once again, the third round, he is just going for that takedown, and of course Wil is trying to play the game to stop him. Although Wil's grappling is not anything to shun about. It's not bad, Eric.
No, it's not at all. He's doing well right now to secure his base. Wil's doing well to sprawl out, so we'll see if he tries to get it standing up more. It does look like if he rotates, he might be able to take it. Wil's landing some great hammer fists. Wil's landing some great shots.
Yeah, he just had a little warning there. For, some of the shots was questionable, but I'm telling you what, he was throwing them with bad intentions, man, to stop this takedown.
He definitely was. Both of them landed one shot to the back of the head, but without being too far into your career, it's a mistake that does happen. Get caught in the heat of the moment. Wil is definitely punishing Chris right now for going for the takedown. He's trying his best to defend the shots, but Wil is throwing them with bad intentions, like Matt had said. He's throwing hammer fists as hard as he
whenever
can.
you can hear the smack and noise from, 20, 30 feet away, it ain't no joke. And it looks like Wil is almost getting better as the fight progresses, and he's definitely showing better signs of stamina than Chris Irwin is.
I still do feel that Wil's going to have to end this round in order to win the fight.
Ooh, that was a big knee by Wil.
I'm going to feel bad for Wil's opponents when he gets into the pro division, because he throws some knees and looks like Chris might be kind of tired when you come out and go for the takedowns. Somebody that's able to defend him. It looks like Wil has the arm around him. He should go for the choke right now. It looks like he might be able to scare, especially this late in the fight with Chris being tired to some degree. Chris has still had a hold of that leg this entire round. Really, it's clear what his game plan is. Looks like he got him for the takedown, but Wil's once again using the cage to stand back up.
You never know how the judges are going to take this, because, you're looking at Chris, who is not exactly backing off. He's aggressive. He's trying to get the takedown. Wil is, for the most part, stopping it, but, there's that first round and a half where Chris was definitely controlling where the fight went. So we just finished a good fight here, 3 rounds. It'll be interesting to see how the judges call it.
It's going to be tough to call, because Chris did do very well to keep the fight in his control those first 2 rounds, but Wil's definitely the third round did better to land some more of the shots, and definitely think Chris will go home with a little bit more pain than Wil.
That's a funny way to word that, I know you're being serious, but you're definitely right. I would say damage-wise, Wil definitely inflicted the most.
But it doesn't always mean you get the victory in MMA.
No, every judge is different. Technically, Chris definitely went for the takedowns. He achieved, I would say, about 75% of them. However, that last round, I definitely got to give to Wil. So it really comes down to the second round and what's to become of the judge's decision.
Yeah, definitely a hard one to call. Both fighters with their teammates in their corners. Wil got a couple of guys with black eyes, so it seems like they had a good training camp coming up to the fight.
I don't know what they're going to do, but I tell you what, that was another badass fight. I'm just happy. What the fuck? What else can I say? I'm happy.
It's a great, these are 2 great fights to start the night off with, and looking forward to the third. This is 2 debut 145 featherweights.
All 3 judges scored about 29-28 in favor of your winner.
You know what I like about this cage? First of all, this cage is badass. 2, oh my God, I am very surprised on that. I thought that Wil Newsome was going to steal that decision. It was still an excellent performance. I'm happy, man.
It was, it was a hard decision, but Chris's wrestling was what made the difference in that fight.
He was just able to control the pace, and when you do that, judges respond to it.
It was, and even though he was looked like he was fatigued in the third round, and Wil landed some good shots.